Yes, obviously, reports of my undoing have been greatly exaggerated. I took a bit of time off, then went on a week-long motorcycle tour of Romania, which was exactly what the doctor ordered. Amazing scenery, brilliant off-road bits, not too easy, not too hard, and most importantly, great people all around. If you're thinking of doing one of these guided tours in Romania, I'll put a link in the description below to the guys that I went with. It's really worth it, in my opinion. I did, however, leave Dave in charge to post any motorcycle-related content he could come up with, and you've seen the result yourself. Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone, the place where getting your motorcycle news is easier than getting a shout-out by Motobob, but not by much. Moto who?
Well, over at Long Way Home, which is a great channel if you haven't seen it already, they're suggesting that it's because they're spacing out their model release.
Honda has just announced its changes for the 2022 model year Africa Twin and Adventure Sports, and in today's episode we go over all of that. So if this is something that interests you, stick around. I'll be honest with you, we could wrap this video up in the next 10 seconds with the huge amount of changes Honda has packed into the 2022 Africa Twins, but that wouldn't be fair to the bike since it's actually a great bike. I did a review of it a couple of months ago, the DCT version, and I was very pleasantly surprised how refined and easy to ride the Africa Twin is, and also actually quite powerful for the 100 horsepower its engine puts out. I'll link that review below, watch it, it was a great ride. Since 2018, Honda has offered two versions of the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin, which is the more off-road capable version, and the Africa Twin Adventure Sports, the more globe-trotting, long-distance version of the bike. Bigger fuel tank, tubeless rims, electronically adjustable suspension, and the such. Now, it wouldn't be a new year of updates without some new paint jobs. I mean, how else are the other guys gonna notice that you're sporting the latest Africa Twin model? Duh! For 2022, the Africa Twin gets what Honda calls a big logo design. And it's exactly what it sounds like. The logo doesn't fit on the bike anymore. You still get the usual trio of black, red, and multicolor, but now with a much larger logo. The subframe has also been painted red, a contrast which I am a huge fan of, and all new black aluminium side covers. The Adventure Sports version keeps its logo the same size but gets the cracked terrain treatment, as Honda calls it. Basically the same black or multicolor versions, but now the design underneath the logo on the front and on the rear comes with small cracks. The front forks get a bronzed out color that goes really well in contrast, especially with the black version. In my opinion, however, a red subframe would have gone a much longer way, but c'est la vie. Both Africa Twin versions can be ordered with DCT, Honda's dual clutch transmission, or without it. Although this adds a bit of weight, about 10 kilograms I think, the upside is that you no longer have to change gears like some sort of peasant. In reality, what this actually boils down to is a lot more time for you to enjoy the scenery, your surroundings, without your brain having to worry about what gear you should be in. A lovely system, which I am a big fan of. It comes with 4 different settings, a D mode or drive mode, absolutely useless since it changes gears at too low RPMs, making the bike vibrate like a tractor, and 3 different sport modes, with number 2 being the fan favorite. For 2022, Honda has tweaked some settings for the first 2 gears so that riding at low speed or rolling off should be a lot more refined. Honda's developed their DCT over decades now, and if you haven't had a chance to test it out yet, trust me, it's a lot better than you can imagine. Testament to this being the fact that almost half of all Hondas that come with DCT as an option are actually sold with it. Next up, the Africa Twin gets an aluminium rear carrier as standard. This is a very nice update since most, if not all riders would install one anyway for their luggage, and the Adventure Sports gets its windshield slashed down by 110mm or 4.3 inches, while maintaining good wind protection and 5 levels of adjustment. I had no problem with wind protection from the windshield when I had the bike for a week, but in its highest position, it did impede my visibility a little. Hopefully, this has been fixed. And that's about it for 2022 changes. No pricing yet, but hopefully it'll stay the same. What's your take on it? If you've owned an Africa Twin or ridden one, what was on your wish list? I'm sure it wasn't big logo, so let us know in the comments below, and check out my review on it if you want to go more in depth with the Africa Twin. Well, that's the show for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our patrons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.